Hello, 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 hello. You guys will show up live in a second. But I thought I would do some more circus stuff. I had a good time yesterday. Hey, everybody. So I thought I would do some more circus stuff. I had a good time yesterday. And I was thinking we didn't really do any animals. We did like a clown and we did a jester. Oh, I left the clown somewhere. So I thought we would do some animals. I'm trying to see if we can do like a little monkey in like a top hat with tails, sort of like a, what is it like? Is it called a ringleader, or is that for criminals? I don't know. Is this is like a macaque? What kind of monkey is this? So first, I want to say like um, most circuses nowadays don't use animals, and I think that's good. I don't think you really want. It was found that a lot of circuses, in order to train the animals to do the things they wanted them to do, were not treating them well. And so a lot of circuses, or almost all circuses that I know of, have stopped. And I think that's great. Okay, come on, monkey, show up. His head's a little turned. What is... That's right. That's half his face. The top hat can be uneven. That's okay. I think we're just... He's a little long in the face. Let's bring his face up a little bit. We're having a big snowstorm here. But it starts late tonight, early tomorrow morning, so... I'm like getting too bogged down in this monkey's face. If it's this much of a trouble. I get nervous when I first start streams because if I do something really good, people are here and they stay. And if I don't, people go. And that makes total sense. Assalamu alaikum. How are you? I don't know the traditional greeting, but um, Ramadan, happy Ramadan. I know that started recently, right? Like, or Ramzan is how. Good, good. Okay, we're gonna turn his body. I don't know why I'm like, I continued his body on this crooked path, but I actually want his head to be crooked. That's totally fine. And we're gonna have his body be kind of straight. Hey, Parsons, welcome. Yeah, I'm good, Alfie. We have like I was saying, the snowstorm coming up, and I'm a little nervous because I have to drive tomorrow, and I don't really like driving on the best of times. I'm gonna give the monkey, well, we're gonna give him shoulders, and then I'm gonna give him like a little cane because I think that would be cute. And then we're gonna do like a suit jacket with tails, something like really fancy looking. Hey, Oddfud, welcome. Oddfud, I was trying to remember what's the, like, I don't know the traditional greeting for Ramzan. I know there is one, but I don't think I ever learned it. Well, I didn't learn it because I don't know it right now. Ah, Mubarak, yeah. I did know it. I forgot it. So you know the tuxedo? I'm drawing like a fancy coat on this monkey so that he can host the carnival, but or not carnival, circus. But you know, the Tuxedo is named after a place in New York, a club in New York, the Tuxedo Club, which is named after the town it was in. I just think that's so interesting. I would think, tuxedos have been around forever. But no, actually, like somebody showed up with like tails on their coat for dinner in. Okay, so here's would be the monkey's back, his hips. So we're gonna have his legs come out like this, and then he'll be in just like monkey feet. Hey, Carl Britton, welcome, welcome. Actually, we'll give him monkey feet, but monkey feet are just hands, right? So they're gonna be pretty flat. But then I think we should give him like kind of big pants, yeah, that come out from under his jacket here. Okay, we're gonna bring this front of the jacket up a little bit so that we can have the back of the jacket can have little tails. All right, I think this is looking good. We're gonna get just a little bit of cleanup here and there so we can really see what's going on. I can erase his hips, which I needed to draw to get them right. This little guy. Hey everybody, welcome, welcome. We're doing circus stuff today. We did some circus stuff yesterday, but I don't have those drawings. I took them to my other room to scan them in, and I didn't scan them in. I don't think I've drawn hands as feet, maybe ever, but let's try it. Okay, I think that works. Same here. We'll do like the thumb first, and then fingers. And that's pretty good. This is the ringmaster. Yeah, ringmaster Carson. I don't know. Is Carson a monkey's name? It feels like a monkey's name. I feel like if I went to a circus and they had like a human ringleader, like, you know, I don't know how big monkeys are compared to humans, like waist height. So you had like a human ringleader, and then next to him you had the little monkey ringleader. I would be like, oh my God, adorable. Man, I was like, hands, I'm like hit or miss. Like either it takes me forever or it takes me like 2 seconds and I'm really happy with it. And I drew a clown yesterday and I really liked her. I thought she was adorable. I had not drawn a clown and like seriously. So I was like, oh, I gotta be using my. Okay. And then I went to draw hands on her because I had just not done the hands. Classic artist's trick. Just don't do the hands. And I like couldn't do it. It took me so long. It's so funny. I felt like it's so funny how you like. Okay, I'll give him like a some sort of emblem there. I'm gonna make his eyes a little bit more alive. Give him some creases along the side of his head, a little bit of shadow under the hat, some little hairs on the side, make his ear more eerie. Give him his second ear. There we go. Shade the hat a bit. Bop, 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 bop. I don't know how they're making that hat stay on his head. Maybe clips. Hey, Soli Soul, welcome back. All right. I like him. I say let's do. I wanted to do a seal. That's I feel like a really classic circus animal is a seal. How's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's safe and warm and doing a lot of art or fun art or resting or kicking butt at work or whatever. I'm not trying to. Okay. So I guess okay, let's just start on the seal. Okay. I'm gonna take a deep breath because I'm nervous for some reason. And I don't have to be nervous. I like to say everybody who left has already left, which is not true, but like so I sell my work, I do commissions. I don't pay all my bills as an illustrator, but I've paid a bunch of bills as an illustrator. And I'm well respected in my circles as a good artist. And still, I am constantly thinking about how terrible of an artist I am. And like, I don't know why. And it's not every time, but it's often enough where I'm like, oh my God, what is my problem? I'm going to be terrible. And like, it's exhausting. Okay. So what I'm saying is don't do that. Don't be that guy. Me. Don't be me. Be me. Wait, no, that's 4chan. Okay, we got to get the head. I think the neck is pretty much straight down, and then the body will come underneath, like so. And now we get the back. It's kind of just blop. We're going to do the fins. That's easy peasy because they're just like straight down again. And then the back fin, same deal. You guys ever seen a seal? I guess this is more of a sea lion, but I've seen a seal. I've not seen a sea lion in person. Well, I saw a sea lion like at a circus once. You guys ever been to a circus? I went to a circus. I've been to one circus. I went to the New York Circus, the Big Apple Circus. I I went when I was a little kid. I went with my mom. So where I grew up, not that far outside of New York City, about 2 hours, and there was constantly like coupons for the Big Apple Circus. You would see them ever. You go to the toy store, there's coupons. You go to the Chinese food store, there's coupons for the Big Apple Circus. Everywhere you go, there's coupons for the Big Apple Circus. And so eventually we went to the Big Apple Circus. And I think it was like free entry to the matinee on days that nobody's there or whatever, which is a smart thing to do because you get people to come in. Okay. So there's something about this eye. It doesn't sit right with me, but I think it's in the right spot. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to erase it and kind of go again. You know what I was just thinking? Like a seal is SEAL, right? And I don't know why they're called seals, but It has C right in the name. It's instead of a seal, it could be like a CL. I don't know. Is that really dumb? Okay, I think maybe we'll make the head a little bit more like that. And I think they must have a little ear. I drew one here, but I'm just gonna like really draw it in. And then I'm gonna make the eye just a little bit lower on the head. There we go. Give them a little, like a little eye shape. Do a jawbone, jawline. Yeah, we're doing the ball next. Where I wrote seal, that's where we'll put the ball. And there we go. Now, is there like what kind of a ball? We'll do like we'll just do like a beach ball, so it'll be from pole to pole. We'll do like wedges. Hey, Lucy Story Times. Welcome. Okay. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I've been drawing animals a lot in the last like I guess couple of years. I've been uh I didn't know I could do it, and then I started doing it for I forget. It was suggestions or requests. I can't remember. And I really enjoyed it. And people, there was really something about the animals that I really captured, and it was really nice to like see them almost like come to life on the page. Okay, I'm getting a little messy. I'm like sea Lionel over here. Yeah, let's I tried to do an elephant yesterday, and for some reason I really dropped the ball. Um, I looked at it today, it was fine. I was just like feeling away. So we could do an elephant or we could do a tiger. I was thinking about doing a tiger jumping through a flaming hoop, so we could do something like that. That could be fun. I can't remember. I remember the circus that I went to had lots of, when I was a child, had lots of, I didn't really like being there. I have sensory processing issues. And, but I remember there was lots of dogs and horses. And I guess that's more, a lot of modern circuses don't do the more exotic animals anymore. It's probably good. Okay, yeah. Ooh, bears. Oh man, like a bear in a little hat, like maybe walking on a ball. Okay. I'm really, really excited to do a bear. Bears are crazy because they there's a test for like bear resistant containers. Oh yeah. Bear resistant containers for like storing your food or your when you go camping or like your garbage in bear areas, barriers. Nope, that's already a word. Um, and the way they test them is they just kind of like drop them with food into the bear reserve somewhere. I can't remember. And then the bears, like, they're like, oh, it's not if they get into them, it's 100% when they get into them because the bears are like just so beast mode and so determined. And like that got me into looking into like other bears doing crazy stuff. There's a I think it's in Yellowstone. I think it's Yellowstone, but it might be one of the other national parks. They have a bunch of bears and they have like fattest bear of the year award or biggest bear of the year. Ooh, do they do camels? I've never seen a camel. You know, there was a camel beauty contest, which is a thing. I didn't know, but it's a thing. And they found people were cheating because they were giving their camels lip filler injections. I think it was lip filler. I don't think it was Botox. I think it was lip filler. But I remember they're giving their camels like beauty injections. Okay. All right. This was fun. I don't need to color her right now. Yeah, it's nuts. I didn't even know they have camel beauty contests, but I guess they have like really pretty eyelashes and stuff. And pretty for a camel. So I'm like excited to do the bear with a little hat. Um, Probably brown bear, I guess. Uh, what is a brown bear? Okay, so let's get the. It can't be too big because I don't have that much room. Okay, bears' heads are pretty round. Okay, and kind of like go into their bodies like that. No, I think we're good. We'll work on what we have for now, and then we'll see. Um, we'll see what comes next, I think. We'll do the brown bear. We have the tiger we can do. Let me take a sip of tea. Ugh. I need more desk. Okay. Okay. I'm back. I'm back. So I think, yeah, bears, man, bears are so stupid. They're so cool. So bears historically, like bear fighting and stuff, has been really an interesting thing historically because bears are they can walk on their hind legs like relatively easily, especially if they've been trained. And then they also like if you shave a bear or if a bear has like mange or something like that, it looks very human. I think this is pretty good. This looks a lot like a bear. Okay. Where are their eyes? Like here. I don't, that might move, but I don't think so. They do have little circle ears, just like a teddy bear. That's why they're teddy bears. I don't, like, I'm trying to think what a traditional circus bear hat is. Oh, sorry, I was drinking a tea. I think it's a fez. Like Matt Smith fez. Do fezzes have a little like, you know what? Let's, instead of doing the fez. No, I'm torn. I'll leave the fez for now. Man, I said I couldn't go too big, and I think I've gone too big. Because I think if we do like regular bear arms, like that. That's where his paws would be. And then his legs start here. Wait, I think they have pretty short hind legs. So I think we might just be in the clear. Oh, hey, Toy Chica. We're doing a circus bear. We did a seal on a thing, and now we're doing a bear. Maybe riding a tricycle, or yeah, maybe riding a tricycle. So we'll make him sit a little bit. I have him standing up, but we're altering. So yeah, I was thinking that. I was gonna change it. I was like, let's do it. I was gonna get rid of the fez and do one of those propeller hats. I thought propeller hats were so funny when I was a kid. I do not know why. They're not that funny. Okay, I'm laughing. I'm laughing, and I barely talked about them. Somebody one time called it a beanie, and then I thought all propeller hats were called beanies. I thought all beanies were propeller hats. So then if I read in a book somebody was wearing a beanie, I imagined them wearing a propeller hat, and I thought that was hilarious. I thought people were so dumb. I thought I was like going around imagining like characters who were supposed to be like often like thugs and stuff, like wearing propeller hats. I was like, oh yeah, that guy's he cares so little about what people think of him. He's like intentionally wearing propeller hats. And that was my out like well, there's lots of stuff when you're a kid and you don't remember like what you misunderstand what words and stuff mean in your reading. Oh man, what was I doing with this propeller? Why is it so far to the side? There's like people yelling in the background. I don't know what it is. I guess it's gotten warmer, but no, you know what? We got new neighbors and they are like yelling, and I don't know if they're fighting, but they're yelling all the time. No, Michael Morporgo. Should I write it down? Mikhail Morpogo. I will try to remember to look them up. I mean, should I look them up? What are they about? Okay, I think okay, I like where we're going with this. Let's move everything up and have the bear be sort of leaning forward. And if we move their arms up, we can put them on a tricycle. So let's do that. This is why the sketching stage is so important, uh, because you can change everything. I just saw like a short where they were talking about how like they were doing color blocking on like an oil painting, and they were just laying down a bunch of like solid colors to get, which I also do when I do my paintings, is like to sort of like sketch basically, but sketch with paint. And they were saying like it's the ugliest stage of it's the ugly stage I call it, but it's my favorite stage because like I can change my mind and make all these big decisions without like too much consequence. How big should this tricycle be? Well, we'll see. We'll see. I used to work on I used to work at a toy store, and I built tricycles. I built probably hundreds of trikes. Let's see, maybe like 100 to 200, somewhere in there. Okay. Bear legs are so funny. One has to be lower than the other. So bring one knee up. And then this one will be lower. We'll bring that knee down a little. It can't be that low. All right, I think I have to bring the tire down. Okay, bring the tire down. And that's fine. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay, I think a lot of the decisions are good. We're not going to basically see anything behind here. The seat will be sat on. We'll see these back wheels and put them like, they'd have to be pretty far out to support the bear. So let's put them far out. We'll put them at the same level. We could put them like further up as a hint of perspective, but let's just have them be straight there. All right. What am I? That's okay. I'm going to straighten out this handlebar because for some reason it's crooked. Okay. Bear paw. Bear paw. We can have this part of the handlebar go in a little. Okay, I'm making real decisions now. I'm happy with the placement of everything. Okay. Pedal, pedal. Oh, I guess we can kind of circle up these wheels and make them look a little bit more wheelie instead of like just rectangles. And we'll give it a little texture. Okay. You know, I was just thinking, I made this tricycle like bear-sized, but I guess the joke, what makes it kind of funny is the tricycle's not bear-sized. I didn't think of that. Wait, why did I make that higher? It should be lower. I didn't think I didn't think of that. Like to make the tricycle tiny, right? Like that's the oh well. Okay. Is it too late to make the tricycle tiny? Yeah, sort of. How would we even like the bear's knees would have to be here. And then his hands would be covering all of the handlebars. Okay, let's do it. Screw it. What are we here for if it's not to draw? I liked what we did, but I think we got to do tiny trike. Whoop. I think we had made, I think I say we, I think I have made a mistake here and we want tiny trike. So I'm going to put the bear's hands back because I think that's a good start. And like the handlebars will be behind the bear's hands. He'll be covering them entirely. And we'll use these handlebars. And this will be the center and come straight down. We use these handlebars as the scale of the trike. So the center, and then come out like this, and we'll have the wheel. Okay, and then the back wheels will be like here and here. Is that too far out? No, that, yeah, we'll bring them in a little bit. Those will be the back wheels, and then the pedals will be like here and here. Yep. Okay. Okay. Let's get this bear underway. Hey, hypocrite. Why hypocrite? It's not hypocrites. Hypocrite. I can't say it. I know what I'm trying to say. Hippocrates. Hey, Hippocrates. I think that's right. Hey, Jeriferator. Welcome. Okay, that's a barefoot. This is a barefoot. This will be his knee will go inside here and kind of behind his arm. And then this one, I guess sort of the same thing. We won't see the seat. Okay. Okay, let's try it again. Let's try getting this more solidly put into place. Big bear on a little trike. It's actually, gosh, like I was gonna make the joke, like, oh, that's actually my band name, but I think I had a friend who had a band name that was like really close to that. I can't remember. It was something. Oh, was it something in a bear suit? My other bear suit, something like that. Okay. So there's something called the huh, illusion of explanatory depth. And basically what it means is if you use something regularly, or if someone uses something regularly and you go, "Oh, can you explain this? Do you know how that works?" They're going to be like, "Oh, of course I do." Um, Even if they don't actually know how it works. And that's the illusion of explanatory depth. Then, because then when you actually ask them to explain it, they will not be able to because they don't actually know how it works. It was just an illusion. Um, the same thing happens in there's the equivalent of that in art for an artist is if you ask somebody to draw you a bicycle. First, you ask them if they can draw a bicycle. And people go, yeah, I can draw bicycles. Simple. I know what a bicycle looks like. And then you ask them to draw a bicycle, and they cannot draw a bicycle. And this is a common test. I've seen it over and over again. And people just cannot draw a bike. All right, I think we're getting there, guys. All right. I think I'm really happy we made that change. I think bear on a tiny tricycle is way better than bear on a normal sized for him tricycle. We will make this bear look a little bit happier. We don't want him to be a sad bear. We want him to be having a good time. Okay. I'm going to make his arms just a little bit wider. I think that's unrealistic, but I think it'll make it look better. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, we were in an in-between stage for a minute. In between my mess up and my fixing it up. But I think we're here now. Tricycles are funny. I don't know if I would be able to draw a tricycle except for I used to build them all the time because of my old job. I should get that job again. But like a bike has a chain. Well, modern bikes have chains. Old penny farthings were kind of built like this, where the pedals were attached directly to the front wheel. That's what a lot of kids' trikes, or every kid's trike I built, that's how the pedals worked. I did build an adult tricycle. I built two adult trikes in my life. I can't remember if they had chains or not. I feel like they must have. I feel like they must have. Okay. I'm gonna add a light to their eyes. And we don't want to change the mouth too much because we don't want it to look not like a bear. But what we can do is kind of give the corners of the mouth a hint of an upward turn. And that will make them look like they're having a good time. Now he kind of looks like a sad bear, but he's. Oh, thank you. Yeah, when did I first start drawing? So I drew a little bit in school because I didn't want to. Okay, loud. I didn't want to pay attention. I was bored, is the answer, right? But and I took some art classes and stuff in high school, but I was bad. I would I was bad. So I started drawing seriously um, in this style like about 5 or 6 years ago, maybe 6 years ago. Yeah, 6 or 7 years ago. Thank you, Rama Creativity. That's very. You were totally right. You must have been here before when I told the story. Yeah. So, and then I'd say I got about this good. I could have drawn this. I'd say about 2 or 3 years ago. So it took me about 3 years or 4 years to get to this ish. I mean, so I did this relatively quickly, but a few years ago I would have been able to do it. It just would have taken me a long time. Ooh, a mammoth. I think we might do a circus. We're doing circus stuff today, so we might do like a circus elephant. I don't think we'll do a mammoth today, but maybe I'll do an extinct animals stream, like the next stream, which is next. What's today? Saturday. So the next stream is going to be Tuesday. I take Sunday, Monday. I don't stream Sunday or Monday. I have to catch up on other work. Ooh, my most favorite drawing. That's a good question. Um, hmm. Dang. Okay. So, hmm. So my personal drawings, I probably don't have a favorite because I draw so much that, I do 2 or 3 finished drawings most days. And so I think I would just, but I'm trying to think. There's like some really beautiful illustrations of, oh yeah, we can do an elephant with a star ball. I was gonna have an elephant. I was gonna try to do an elephant like standing on a barrel, and we can do both. An elephant standing on a barrel, like we'll finish this bear real quick. We'll just give him a light coating of brown. We don't have to go finished all the way. But like an elephant standing on a barrel. Oh, he wasn't supposed to be facing us, but you get the idea. His trunk up in the air. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll do something like that. Um, I saw an elephant standing on its hind legs once. That must have been at a circus show, or no, it was a zoo. I don't know. I don't know where it was. Maybe I didn't see it. Maybe I'm imagining it. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Favorite drawing. I read a lot of comics, and some of the illustrations in there are just really astounding. They're really something beautiful. And so it's probably in one of those. I don't know. I think I'm so inside of it. Like I see so many and I do so many that it would be hard for me to choose. In fact, it is hard for me to choose. Not would be. Right now I'm doing I'm not doing it on the stream, although maybe I should start. Um a personal painting, a digital painting. I sketched it and now I'm painting it uh digitally in Photoshop with a graphics tablet. And it's a little fairy house. And now little fairy houses are something that I have tried to draw over and over again, and I just never felt happy with the result. And this one, though, I'm really liking. So that right now might be my favorite drawing just because I'm doing so good with it. Okay, I'm just going to add in a little bit of shading, sort of get the folds and the shape a little bit more. What is it called? Defined. I was going to say knocked out, but that's not quite right. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna throw some ink on. I don't know if I'm gonna hate it or love it, but I'm really enjoying working on this, and I think a little bit of ink could finish it off nicely. I like this graphic. Um, this is a they're not Pigma. What are these called? Micron. I use a bunch of them, but this one I think is my most versatile. Uh, It's the one I ended up. I used all sorts, but this is the one I ended up using the most. This one and the plastic nib, which is just called the PN. I used to really like dip pens, and I still do, but I just don't use them very much anymore. But I'd like to start again, so maybe they're just like a little bit of a hassle. And because I was inking mostly on stream, I wanted to ink as hassle-free as possible, but that's not really as much of a consideration for me anymore. Like, I should just do what I want to do. Like, hassle-free is not the flex that I used to think it was. So the tricycles that were the number one seller, and I think this is true just of all trikes in the United States, the number one seller of trikes, at least in all the toy store I've been at, were oh my gosh, my brain. Kettler, which is a German company. And I was just thinking about them because they make this seesaw that also spins around like crazy. Like it's a seesaw merry-go-round. And it is totally nuts. It can be either just a regular seesaw, or you can like unlatch it and then it also spins. And we sold them, but we had to stop selling them because, oh, thank you so much. Bratha, Brathis, Brathis, is that the first name? Because you had to, like a lot of playgrounds and stuff, you had to install them with concrete. Otherwise, they wouldn't support the child's weight. And people kept returning them and being like, it doesn't work. And we'd be like, well, you obviously didn't install it with concrete. And they'd be like, well, yeah, I didn't think we'd have to. And I'd be like, bro, I sold it to you and I told you you had to. And I just think like such a cool toy if you can install it right, if you care. But you know, there's a lot of stuff like that. Like no shade, people trying to do things that works for them, but oh hey Plorb, welcome, welcome. Oh, heading home. Heading home is nice. I've never gotten my hair straightened because it's already very straight. I have like the tiniest bit of curl. I have thought about getting my hair permed. I think it's too much. Uh, it's too permanent for me. Because you can just like I can curl my hair without, without it being permanent. And I do that frequently. Although I don't have a hair curler, maybe I should try. Maybe I should try. I've not done any heat treatment at all in my hair. I don't even blow dry. Ranch and lettuce. I don't know why your name, like, I don't know, it makes me think of like I think it might be Milk and Cheese. There's this old comic I used to read, and there's these like really mean, not mean, but like, let's say rude characters called Milk and Cheese. Oh, that's awesome. That's cool, Plorb. I like that. The drawing guy. And I think ranch and lettuce just reminds me so much of this Milk and Cheese cartoons comics for some reason. And then and so then I think like ranch and lettuce running around being troublemakers. That's a good way to say it. Okay. Not bad. I like this guy. Okay, we're gonna do a quick ranch and lettuce because I can't get it out of my head. And then we're gonna think about what to do next because I have a couple of options. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. But that's not the right pencil. Okay, here we go. How should we do the eyes here? I feel like eyes are like, they feel like there's not many options to me, but there's so many options and they make such a difference. Like mouths, I understand. There's a million options for mouths. Okay, we're gonna give like, there we go. That's a bad mouth. I like the eyes. We're getting good with the eyes. I don't think any nose. I think no nose, but we'll still do lower mouth. We'll do in between. And let's do eyebrows. Okay, this is feeling right. Lettuce, lettuce, lettuce. I'm digging lettuce. Oh, we could have done, this is iceberg, but let's do the other kind, the other big kind of lettuce. What's it called? The other famous lettuce. And then they're both kind of the same height. Romaine. Whoops, I forgot I was talking. I should be talking. I fell into the flow state. Burger, and bun. Uh, I already did. I loved that. That my family is from Long Island, and I was just joking around with Oddfud when I was going through and recording audio for some of the stuff that I had recorded from the live streams. And then I was like, I had been saying like, this is a burger lawyer, burger lawyer. And I'm like, I'm just gonna tell people that this was the burger lawyer and like how fun it was. And then just to make her laugh, I was like, whatever the audio is in that short, I was like, burger, and bun. Because I see those commercials all the time. Oh, yeah, I could see myself doing more burger and bun. Burger and bun. That's too much. Burger and bun stuff. I'm I'm thinking of all the jokes I can make with ranch and lettuce. I guess ranch has a little bit of a burger car. Have you been injured in a burger accident? Hey, lettuce. Your head's full of water. All right. What was I doing? An elephant? Oh, we were gonna reassess. Okay, I got about 20 minutes. All right. This is the kind, whenever I see ranch and lettuce, or often, not every time, but often when I see ranch and lettuce, I think about little badasses like this. Okay. I was thinking elephant. I failed. I tried and failed elephant yesterday. Let me have some. That's two. Yeah. So what? Sometimes when I say so, I think of there once was a man from the biblioti. The name of who man in who bono. You guys know that song. Zoop. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. All right. I'm thinking about an elephant. An elephant. They've got a crazy long trunk. All right. So if we do, so I'm always tempted and often do the drawing from just straight from the front or straight from the side because that's the easiest one. And you don't have to think about perspective or you know, how things look in space, which I think is called perspective. Um, a person. Okay, yeah, we can do a person. Uh, we didn't do a person today, so we can do a person. Hmm. I'm trying to think. We did a clown yesterday. I think they were great. We could do like a lion tamer or like a lion tamer or maybe an acrobat. I think a lion. Let's do a lion tamer. Thanks, Plorb. Because I don't really have enough time to do the elephant. Something like this, something like that. Yeah. So let's do a person. Okay. We'll do we'll do a person. I'm gonna say person just 3 or 4 more times. Get it out of my system. Person, 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 person. Okay. Now I have that sea shanty stuck in my head. Stuck in my head. Alright, I gotta make this person a little bit smaller. This happens a lot. I should get bigger paper. Okay. We'll do the body first. So shoulder, shoulder, boom. Hip, hips bone. And then legs. Oh, okay, move up. Legs bone. Hips, legs, feet. Oh, let's. Okay. Okay, that's enough space, probably. Maybe we'll see. Oh. Okay. You guys see all this? Yep. Yep. Okay. I think we'll do, what are those like, this head is so far, so high. That's not where the head's going to go. Okay, that makes sense. Big, like, leather boots. This is like a lion tamer. So she's going to have leather boots to protect her from the lions. I think that makes sense. That's where the knee would be. Okay, we're still in the sketching stage. That's what we should. That's what we should do for relationship names. So my wife and I just did Oddfud and I just did a relationship. Do we remember these relationship milestones? And because of that, we were talking about like what we used to call different relationship stages when we were younger, because it's so different now, which is cool. But I was just thinking now, maybe we should do we should use drawing terminology. Wait, it has to be higher. Okay. Hips bone, top legs bone, other legs bone. Yeah, knee, bottom bone, shin. Okay, yeah, knee. We'll move the knee a little bit lower. Perfect. That's how the hip goes. Okay. Then the stomach area. Okay, we're just shrinking everything down a little bit. Which is good because it gives me more space on the paper. So we're gonna do like like a like a magician's assistant skirt. So like that kind of really frilly. It doesn't have to be black like a magician's assistant would be, but then let's do uh like a hmm, what is it called? I don't know, like a fancy faux military jacket thing. We'll do like a we'll do like a sash. We'll do a man. I was in Boy Scouts, Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts. I can't remember, and we had a sash, and I was like so concerned. Oh, we'll do like the what are these called? Paulettes? Apple. Hmm. Oh, the sash gets in the way. Move the sash into the inside. And in my brain as a little kid, I just thought a sash was just like a regular loop of cloth, like with no special shape or anything. Oh, Lucy Stories time. Did you want to see? We finished a bear. We didn't end up being. There we go. Came out good. And now we're doing a lion tamer. Okay, shoulder, shoulder. Oh, and now she has to be holding a whip because that's a lion tamer thing. Wait, how long are her arms? Here's her waist. That's normal. Okay. I don't know why she's looking so out of proportion to me right now. A whip. What's the other one? A nene? Oh, and a chair. Yeah, of course. A chair or a stool? A chair? A chair. A chair. This is going to be harder than I thought. Dang. I'm not sure if I'm going to get my perspective quite right on this chair. I'm going to do my best, but we're still in the sketching stage, so we might not finish this guy today. Okay, that seems right. The back of the chair to the leg. And then we'll do the top of the chair, but she's holding on to that, so don't go to the support. Yeah, maybe these legs are a little bit longer. Okay, well, we'll think about that. And then that's the bottom of the chair. I should have just had her having the chair on the ground. Oh well. Where's your thumb? Like, thumb is like here. I feel like I need to make her legs longer. I got my proportions all mixed up on this guy. I keep saying guy, but it's meant to be femme. This is, I keep doing too much detail before I've gotten the sketch done. Like, why did I put on boots and make the skirt and do the sash? Like, I'm just like jumping all over the place. And that's part of why I've messed her up. Yeah, she looks squat AF. It's really not a huge difference in the length of her legs, but like seriously, it's like one height of a foot of her foot. I feel like if it was here, she would look totally fine. So maybe she just has short legs. Just the bear. We finished the bear. And then we did ranch and lettuce, which is just ranch and lettuce. And now we're doing the lion tamer. Did we do anything else? We did this monkey in the beginning. And then I was gonna do an elephant, but I don't really have enough time because I just don't have that much time today. Uh, Tuesday. Yeah, I take Sunday, Monday off. So I will be back Tuesday. Although I might be snowed in. No, I will definitely be back Tuesday. If I might be, it's possible I do something earlier because sometimes I just stream randomly, but it's not likely. Oh, we should give her a hat. We'll give her like a colonel's hat or something. What is that called? I don't know. Something like that. I'm like, I decided to stream before dinner today instead of eating and then streaming, which is what I should probably always do. And I am like, it's affecting me for sure. I'm like making the strangest choices. And then I'm like, why did I do that? And then by the time I like try to figure out why I did it, I'm already like hungry and like stopped thinking about it. Yeah, knee. Yep. I think instead of having her holding the whip, we can just kind of have it on her belt. And if I had thought it through, we could even have her like leaning on the chair. But we can just have her holding it. That has to be higher. So if she sat on the chair, it would be at her knees. Okay, so let's say it's a chair that's exactly her height and just build the chair from there. So it goes at the back of her knees to the ground, and then this would come up about here. And then she would have to bend her arm to rest her hand on the chair, which is totally fine. Boom. We'll do that. Figure out the details of that in a little bit. And then hand on the whip. Okay. So not as clean as I like to leave my sketches, but I think this one's good. This is a lion tamer. Um, I did an hour and a half today, and I'm scheduled to do something else, so I have to go. Uh, but I'll go through the things we did today, and I'm back Tuesday. You can check out other people's work who are part of the community. If you have art to share, I'd love to see it on my Discord. Pretty good community. Everyone's pretty nice. Um, gosh, what is her problem? It's not her problem. What is my problem? And if you subscribe, I do shorts a few times a week and lives about 4 times a week. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, so we had Lion Tamer. Uh, I was trying to think of her name, but we can call her Tammy. Then we had Ranch and Lettuce because of our subscriber, Ranch and Lettuce. These guys are little jerks, but not Ranch and Lettuce. And then we had the bear. We did the bear on a trike. Really liked this one. I think it came out really good. This trike could be a bit redder. But that was really fun. And then the first thing we did today was a seal, actually a sea lion, doing what sea lions do best, being cute. And what's it called? Bouncing a ball, balancing a ball. Someone said star ball. I think it was Lucy. Lucy said star ball. Man, that's a good idea, Lucy. I wish I had thought of doing the star ball before I did the beach ball. If you guys are here and you like my stuff, I'd love it if you hit the like. It helps me a lot. If you want to see more of my stuff, subscribe. I do lives where I do all sorts of drawings, including requests, minimum 3 times a week, but most of the time 4 or 5. I do shorts. This was my favorite from today. Big bear, little trike. And thanks, everybody. I'll see you Tuesday.